Netflix has canceled Meghan Markle's much-anticipated cooking show even before it could commence filming, marking yet another setback in the Duchess of Sussex's attempts to build a meaningful career in Hollywood. Originally hyped as a unique take on cooking with a lifestyle twist, the show was meant to include celebrity interviews and insights into culinary arts, an extension of Markle's ambitions to establish herself as a brand away from her royal title. Yet, with production already underway, Netflix's sudden pullout speaks volumes about the show's rocky path and the greater difficulties Markle has faced since stepping back from royal duties. Insiders reveal that from the start, Markle's cooking show struggled to gain the traction Netflix had anticipated. The concept, initially promising to offer a blend of Hollywood glamour with practical cooking advice, ran into serious issues during pre-production. A significant blow came when Markle's team attempted to enlist culinary icon Martha Stewart, who reportedly declined a high-profile offer to participate. Stewart's rejection raised eyebrows within the industry, as it was widely rumored that she cited Markle's reputation as a driving reason for her decision to turn down the show. Stewart's lack of interest, coupled with challenges in securing other prominent chefs to participate, quickly cast doubts on the show's viability. Despite being offered substantial incentives, some chefs reportedly felt uncomfortable working with Markle, a reputational challenge that Netflix found hard to ignore. Additionally, Markle's demanding work style has been a recurring concern among producers and collaborators, a reputation that has trailed her in Hollywood. Insiders close to the Netflix project disclosed that Markle's high expectations and firm opinions made collaboration difficult, a factor that added friction with production teams and potential guest stars alike. As a result, the show seemed unable to draw the celebrity involvement it needed to become a major hit, prompting Netflix to reconsider its viability. For a platform renowned for star-studded, high-production content, a project with lukewarm interest and casting challenges was far from the company's standard. This cancellation is yet another blow in a series of setbacks for Markle and Prince Harry's Netflix partnership. Their previous collaboration, a tell-all documentary about their experiences post-royal life, had been heavily promoted but ultimately fell short of Netflix's high expectations. Despite significant fanfare around its release, the series failed to capture the broad audience Netflix had hoped for. It attracted criticism for focusing heavily on the Sussexes' grievances with the royal family, something that many viewers felt they had heard before. Public reception was lukewarm, and reviews questioned whether Markle and Prince Harry's projects could sustain public interest without relying on royal controversies. For Netflix, the disappointing performance of the documentary cast a long shadow over future investments in Markle's projects, and the cooking show's obstacles only added to the growing skepticism within the company. Public and industry reactions to the cooking show's cancellation have been swift and not in Markle's favor. Many viewed this decision as yet more evidence that Markle has struggled to establish a career or public identity separate from her royal status. Initially, Markle and Harry's exit from the royal family came with significant fanfare, with promises of building an independent legacy focused on modern philanthropy, mental health advocacy, and progressive initiatives. However, the transition has proven anything but smooth. Markle's brand has faced repeated backlash and criticism for inconsistency, with ventures like the Spotify podcast, Archetypes, and various public appearances receiving mixed reviews. Notably, her foray into the lifestyle sector, which was meant to rival brands like Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop, has yet to gain momentum. Critics argue that Markle's desire to create a lifestyle brand has often felt out of sync with her public image, particularly given her association with royalty and the expectations of dignity and restraint that come with it. The cancellation has far-reaching implications for Markle's Hollywood career. This failure to launch a successful solo project may erode confidence in her brand among potential collaborators and investors, casting doubt on her long-term viability in the entertainment industry. While Markle and Prince Harry remain high-profile figures, the repeated stumbles in Hollywood indicate that transitioning from royal life to independent public figures has proven far more difficult than anticipated. Hollywood experts note that Markle's challenges may stem from an over-reliance on the curiosity factor surrounding her royal past. With the public increasingly aware of the difficulties and controversies surrounding her projects, this reliance on royal intrigue may have backfired. Audiences are now questioning whether Markle's brand can stand on its own without constant references to her former life within the British monarchy. What's more, this cancellation could damage Markle's credibility in other endeavors as well. When Markle and Harry first announced their independent path, they were met with optimism, and many expected them to build a brand centered on empathy, modern values, and constructive advocacy. But since then, controversies and failed projects have marred that image, leading some to see Markle's brand as one with more style than substance. This latest setback, following closely on the heels of her much-criticized royal exit and previous Netflix and Spotify disappointments, leaves many wondering if Markle's ambitions for a Hollywood career may be slipping out of reach. For Netflix, cutting ties with the cooking show before filming even began was a strategic move to limit potential losses. With mounting evidence that the show faced significant production and casting issues, the streaming giant ultimately saw more risk than reward in moving forward. Markle's status as a high-profile figure still brings a certain degree of attraction. However, the lackluster response to her previous projects has shown Netflix executives that name recognition alone may no longer be enough. Markle's brand is undoubtedly one of the most discussed post-royal trajectories, but this cancellation reflects Netflix's awareness that sustaining an audience's interest takes more than just a famous face. The future for Markle's brand remains unclear. In Hollywood, reputation is a delicate balancing act, and repeated setbacks can have long-lasting effects on credibility and marketability. This cooking show's cancellation might become a turning point, signaling a need for Markle to reassess her brand strategy and consider a more cohesive approach to her public image. However, with public scrutiny intensifying and Hollywood insiders increasingly skeptical, recovering from this latest setback may prove challenging. In the wake of this cancellation, the question lingers: can Markle redefine herself in an industry where reputation and proven success are paramount? As the dust settles, both Netflix and Markle face critical decisions about how to proceed, and audiences will be watching closely to see if Markle's Hollywood ambitions can ultimately weather these turbulent early years.